It's not destiny.
And Mortal Kombat is upon us.
You, Johnny Cage. Get over here! It's showtime.
Welcome back to Mr. Fandom Lore, the channel where we dive deep into the lore of movies, games, and everything epic in nerd culture. Today, we are not holding back. We're talking about one of the most anticipated video game movies since 2021, Mortal Kombat 2. This sequel comes in hard. We finally get Johnny Cage, played by Karl Urban, a terrifying Shao Kahn, the actual Mortal Kombat tournament, and fatalities so brutal that audiences have literally been screaming inside theaters. Now that the movie is finally out, fans everywhere are debating one big question. Is this a flawless victory or another bad fatality for video game adaptations? Today, we're breaking it all down based on audience reactions, community opinions, Rotten Tomatoes scores, Reddit discussions, and reactions from hardcore Mortal Kombat fans around the world. So prepare yourselves and let's go.
Me.
It would be decided by combat.
It's not destiny.
Damn! I find you annoying.
Not the face.
Before we talk about the sequel, let's quickly remember the first Mortal Kombat movie from 2021. Critics were mixed on it, but audiences actually enjoyed it way more because the action was brutal, and that Scorpion vs. Sub-Zero opening scene instantly became iconic. But even fans admitted the movie had problems. The story felt weak, Cole Young became the center focus even though he wasn't from the games, the actual tournament barely existed, and many fans felt the movie didn't go hard enough with the fan service. That's exactly why expectations for Mortal Kombat 2 became massive. Director Simon McCoy returned, the budget reportedly increased, and most importantly, it feels like the filmmakers actually listened to the fans this time. Johnny Cage finally joins the roster, the tournament becomes the main focus, more classic characters appear, and the gore level gets pushed to an entirely different level. And honestly, most fans are saying this movie is a huge improvement over the first one.
Our only chance is to face this together.
Now let's talk about the biggest strength of this movie, the action. This is where Mortal Kombat 2 absolutely shines. The fight choreography is faster, smoother, more creative, and way more faithful to the games. Instead of saving everything for one final battle, this movie goes full tournament mode with non-stop one-on-one fights that feel like they were ripped straight out of the arcade era. Fans everywhere keep saying the same thing. This finally feels like Mortal Kombat. Signature moves are everywhere. Johnny Cage lands his iconic shadow kicks, Liu Kang unleashes devastating fire attacks, Kung Lao gets some insanely brutal moments, and the fatalities? Yeah, they absolutely did not hold back. Bones snap, heads explode, blood sprays everywhere. This movie fully embraces the over-the-top violence that Mortal Kombat is famous for.
Now would be a good time to use those powers, mate!
Some of the fights fans keep talking about the most include Liu Kang versus Revenant Kung Lao, which is emotional and brutal at the same time. Johnny Cage versus Baraka is apparently one of the most entertaining fights in the movie because it perfectly balances comedy and chaos.
Johnny will definitely die.
And then there's Kitana versus Shao Kahn during the climax, which many fans are already calling one of the coolest moments in the film. The movie also gives us bigger battles involving Scorpion, Sonya, Jax, and Noob Saibot. Everything feels loud, chaotic, ridiculous, and honestly, that's exactly what a Mortal Kombat movie should feel like. Now let's talk about the fan service and characters, because this movie clearly understands what fans actually wanted from the beginning. The roster is much bigger this time. We finally get more iconic characters from the games, including Kitana, Sindel, Baraka, Quan Chi, Noob Saibot, and of course, Shao Kahn himself. Outworld lore also gets explored more deeply, with references to Edenia, inter-realm politics, and classic Mortal Kombat mythology. But let's be real here. The biggest scene stealer in the entire movie is Karl Urban as Johnny Cage. A lot of viewers are saying he completely carries the movie whenever he's on screen. His version of Johnny Cage feels more grounded compared to the games. He's basically a washed-up Hollywood actor trying to stay relevant, but somehow Karl Urban makes him arrogant, funny, and surprisingly relatable at the same time. He brings energy, charisma, and humor that the first movie honestly lacked, and his chemistry with the Earthrealm team makes the movie way more entertaining overall. Shao Kahn also gets a lot of praise because this version finally feels intimidating. Every time he appears on screen, he actually feels dangerous. Now visually, Mortal Kombat 2 is definitely a step up from the first movie. Outworld feels larger, the tournament arenas look more cinematic, and the overall scale feels much bigger this time around. Now sure, some CGI moments still look a little rough here and there, but overall, most fans agree the visuals are noticeably improved. This is basically the kind of movie you watch with friends while yelling every time someone gets destroyed on screen. A lot of audience reactions describe it as pure popcorn entertainment. Bloody, ridiculous, and insanely fun. But of course, no movie is perfect, and Mortal Kombat 2 still has some major weaknesses. The biggest issue? The story. Even fans who enjoyed the movie admit the plot can feel predictable and cliché at times. Some dialogue gets really cheesy, and not always in a good way. A lot of people are comparing the movie to a giant video game cutscene instead of a fully developed film. The pacing can also feel rushed because there are so many characters and plot lines happening at once. And outside of Johnny Cage, many characters still don't get deep emotional development. A lot of them mostly exist to fight, look cool, and move the story forward. Now, for hardcore Mortal Kombat fans, that might honestly be enough. But casual audiences who want deeper storytelling may not connect with the movie emotionally. Cole Young is also still controversial among fans. Some viewers continue to feel like the movie would work better if it focused entirely on classic game characters instead. And while the visual effects are improved overall, there are still moments where the green screen backgrounds and CGI environments look unfinished. Not terrible, but definitely not top-tier Hollywood quality either. And honestly, this movie is extremely fan-focused. If you already love Mortal Kombat, there's a very high chance you'll have an amazing time watching this. But if you're completely new to the franchise and expecting a deep emotional story, this movie probably won't fully win you over. At the end of the day, Mortal Kombat 2 focuses more on action, fan service, iconic characters, and brutal spectacle than complex storytelling. Now, compared to the first movie, yeah, this sequel is definitely a major improvement in terms of action, pacing, entertainment, and overall fun. The story issues still exist, but the movie finally feels much closer to what fans actually wanted from the start. So here's the final Mr. Fandom Lore rating. Overall, 7.8 out of 10. For hardcore Mortal Kombat fans, 9.2 out of 10. But for casual moviegoers, probably around 6.5 out of 10. So final verdict, Mortal Kombat 2 is not a cinematic masterpiece. It's not some deep Oscar-level drama with complex storytelling and emotional performances. But what it does deliver is one of the most entertaining and faithful video game adaptations we've gotten in recent years. The filmmakers listened to criticism, they improved the areas fans cared about most, and they gave audiences exactly what Mortal Kombat should be about: brutal fights, crazy fatalities, iconic characters, and non-stop chaos. If you love seeing bones shatter, skulls crushed, Johnny Cage acting like the coolest man alive, and the Mortal Kombat tournament finally brought properly to the big screen, yeah, this movie is absolutely worth watching, especially with friends, especially with hardcore fans, and especially if you grew up loving Mortal Kombat. But if you're looking for deep storytelling and emotional drama, you might want to lower your expectations a little. So what do you think? Have you watched Mortal Kombat 2 yet? What was your favorite fatality? And is Karl Urban's Johnny Cage a flawless victory or a missed opportunity? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Like this video if you think this sequel is a massive improvement. Subscribe to Mr. Fandom Lore, and turn on notifications so you never miss future videos if you like action movies, and I'll see you all in the next video.
Freeze him!